out with the old shit, in with the new thing. Dark as a motherfucker, color of my moon ring. My mind digital, always stay focused now. Steady, dry, heavy, but this my favorite go around. Love it when it's showtime. Pump the adrenaline, feeling like a kid again. Pass me a mescaline, nigga, I'm a man now. No more pants down, no need for gloves now. No more mask out, grind to your bones show. Foolproof cash route, do it for the man.
Grumpy OGs, Hannibal Heck. My dog Eddie the Ass Eater. We got a very special guest on today. If you're a hip hop fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. After we blast him, he got the dialect for derelicts. He's just the man. I've always been a super fan. I can't wait to talk to him, and y'all gonna know who I'm speaking about in a second. MC Search.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Hello, peoples.
Thank you so much.
In a place to be.
Yes, sir.
Hip hop has now officially turned 50.
Let's go.
We are in the
Let's go. Well, Crazy Legs disputes.
Let's not.
I'm not mad.
Can we just keep?
Let's go 50. Happy birthday 50. Happy birthday hip hop.
50 said freeze.
I'm with it. And you've been with us since the late 80s. Well, you probably was in the early 80s, but to my knowledge, late 80s, early 90s is when you influenced me.
Yeah, no, I'm an old fucking man. Let's just be
real. This is called Grumpy OG.
I know. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna fuck up the whole show because I am not grumpy. I love my life.
No, it's funny. We're not super grumpy except for him. But we okay.
No, you're kind of grumpy. Like, let's just keep it a I know the show. So you can try to be passive to me. It's all caps.
Are you married?
Yes, 33 years.
So then I can't really call it because maybe I was going to say that's why he's grumpy.
Okay.
He's married.
He thinks all
you're not.
No, he thinks all married men are grumpy. That's not why we're grumpy.
No.
Okay.
Why do you think? Why do you think married? Oh, I got you. So why do you think married men are grumpy?
Because I seen them and they
what? They what?
I mean, listen. I have moments. I've had moments in my marriage that
But that's in any relationship.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure that. There have been times where my wife loved me and didn't like me, and vice versa.
You've been with your wife for a while.
33 years.
Beautiful.
So she was in all the third base videos.
Yes.
The Q Boricua chick, Austin. She played a nurse in Words of Wisdom. She played the Brooklyn Queen in Brooklyn Queen.
That's hard.
She's been with me since I was hustling dime bags to
no one's gonna understand you like her. Facts. No, I respect. I've been with my wife 18 years, so I know what you're talking about. I respect that. He's been lonely all his life. 40 years. You understand?
But he's still testing the water, basically. He's still dipping a toe in the proverbial vagina pool and just trying to.
We'll get into that. He's not really.
Not vagina pool.
He's dipping in the ass pool. Eddie the ass eater.
I know, but I didn't really want to go that route because I don't know him at that level. But I just want to stay.
It's what they call.
What do you mean I can?
No,
pause.
But I don't mean about that.
That was a major pause. Did we not catch that pause? Yo,
you're from down south. That's a real.
Wow, that was a major pause. You just said you can test that. Or
not like that.
Out.
Oh, not like that.
That whole sentence was questionable.
Right.
I just want to make it clear for the record. I am not going to test your ass eating.
You will not.
Yo, it was a real question. Bro, you didn't catch that line?
Well, he definitely did.
The whole fucking line.
He definitely did that. What I mean by that, and I'm going to clarify.
Yeah, clarify, please.
Is because I think he goes to the booty before the coochie. Do you understand?
Again, too much information.
I go too much before the booty.
He's let it out.
And he likes to
the girls will get mad if you go to the booty before you go to the coochie.
You should.
You put that in.
This information is just unnecessary for me.
I can't, it's not fun when you're married.
It's not even
No.
Who's telling him this information? Who's feeding? Are you like following Scientology or some shit about that?
He's
you're fucking like your whole concept.
He is giving up the info fucking for free, no
by
problem.
Himself.
Yes, there's no gun to his head.
He's like literally following the Wikipedia
when you
version.
accept the name Eddie the Ass,
you gotta understand.
You better give up those stories.
My deterrent.
Tell the hemorrhoid story.
No, I don't want to tell you.
Oh yeah,
you want to go there?
No, I can't. I cannot do that to you.
I would appreciate it if we just left.
I'm not gonna do it to you, sir. I'm not gonna do it to you.
That's
why is that, man? It's a funny story.
No, it's not.
We'll leave it alone.
We'll leave it alone.
We'll leave it alone.
My deterrent of getting COVID is eating ass and smoking weed.
Did you get COVID?
No, I have not.
Then it works.
And then it works.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I told you.
So have you? So here's the thing.
He even
with
fucking
the
co-signed.
reach that your partner has, EFN, and the reach that Drink Champs have.
Facts.
Why haven't you gotten Dr. Fauci in to tell him about your
don't wanna
new
listen
method?
to me. He don't wanna
Why?
listen to
Because
me.
you're proven. It's proven.
Because
I actually like
Excuse me.
that.
You've proven. Wait a minute.
Okay,
hold on.
I've proven it,
Proven
yes.
that
Right.
during the most critical pandemic in our lifetime, second only to the Spanish flu in the 20s,
Facts.
that you, by eating ass and smoking weed, did not contract COVID or any of its variants.
Any.
And there have been 7 or 8 mutations.
You might have a fucking argument here.
So why have we not utilized the reach? I mean, these guys have been, they've been mentioned on the Academy Awards. They've been
Right.
mentioned,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so he's in
I
it.
know. That's a tough question to answer.
I actually like
I don't know why. I just
don't
think
know.
I think you're
I don't
really
think it's
isolated.
serious.
I think you're
So
in a
you
silo.
think that
I think you're living in a silo, and I think you need to step out of your silo.
You think that
need to
research is
reach-
good enough to for an argument?
Why not? It's
No,
one
I'm
of
just saying,
one.
I've always said
It's
that.
one
Yes
of
or no?
one. And listen, if Dr. Fauci says, "Hey, you didn't catch it,"
Right.
other people could step out, and there could be science
But you
behind
understand-
it.
but
Could
you
you
understand
imagine,
though,
though?
right?
But could you imagine
Wow.
that a government grant,
What I just-
for Eddie the Ass Eater to
Oh my-
talk to other people,
Oh my
to
God.
do a genetic test
Yes.
on eating ass,
Yes.
fecal matter on the tongue,
Yes,
the
yes.
cheeks, the side, mixed with an indica
knows-
or a sativa.
So you
Or
do
a
understand,
sativa.
so you do understand how dirty that is. If you can survive that, you should, right?
You can
right?
basically survive
I'm
anything.
telling you, man. You're fucking
I
up,
need you to be
man.
my spokesperson.
I cannot do that.
you
I can certainly give you
Wow.
the parameters for how to direct your conversation
Okay, but
that's
to
it.
the Honorable Dr.
I
Fauci.
think you just did.
But I need to step out of that equation the second he shakes your hand.
I got you.
Like, I cannot be
I'm
involved
not even mad at that.
at any
answer,
level.
Eddie. That's
Okay, I respect that.
He
I
just
respect
gave me the
that.
motherfucking blueprint.
See, this is what my life is like at this point in my life. I'm here to give game. What was so freely given to me, I want to return to you.
That's
Because
awesome.
obviously you're so high or stupid, you don't see it yourself. So I
think
want to
you're
bless you, bro. I want to bless you with the gift
He's
of
bugged.
my recovery and my clarity because
Yes,
I am
sir.
not high or stupid.
That's beautiful.
So I can see,
That's beautiful.
wow, fecal matter on the tongue, cheeks, mixed with a sativa or an indica. Depending. Could have been an OG
You
Kush.
understand.
Could have been.
It could've been
Who
first.
knows what it was?
Facts.
But
It
there
worked.
should be a scraping. There should be a 23.
I mean, we're talking 34 years here. This kid.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Dare I say a miracle?
And if you
A
get a
miracle.
motherfucking grant from that, I'm done. Are you kidding me? You should go.
Why not?
This is not even a joke. Pursue that shit.
No,
Listen, you got a Jew like Randy Acker. Go
Right.
do that shit.
Facts.
Oh shit.
Strong.
doesn't know I exist.
You make it.
Not
known.
yet. Not yet.
Gotta make it.
Not yet.
Right.
No, that never got
There's
to
always a now.
Are you hearing this?
Not yet, but
Are you
there's a
hearing this,
now.
Randy?
What the hell?
Oh my God.
And by the way, I'm allowed to say a strong Jew because I'm a member of the Jewish tribe.
Yes.
So it is not racism. It is not anti-Semitism. It
We're not
is
even
one
about that
Jew
here.
shouting to another Jew, hey.
Sir.
Listen, crazy. My question, and this is from back when third base popping.
Can we not talk about, you know how many fucking podcasts we talk about?
No.
We're talking about
And I
you
bet
eating
you,
ass
no,
and weed
and
might
I bet you,
be the cure for COVID. And you want to pivot to some shit
yes,
that spoke
it was
about
a hard-
everywhere?
I bet you nobody asked you this question.
What?
Wait a minute, no. Betting is very serious.
Right, how
You're
much?
betting. What are we
How much
betting?
you want?
Right, what are we betting?
A shot
No,
of
yeah,
that.
I don't
that's-
drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
$100 on the table.
Oh, I like that. I like that. He said 100. $100. So the question
I'm
is,
broke. I can't.
you said it's a one question. Okay, well, but you said I bet. You're the one who said it.
I would pay for you, but I don't believe you're going to ask me a question you never heard.
Okay, I take it away. I'm not gonna bet, but I'm more than sure nobody asked you this question.
What?
Okay. Now it's all lost all kind of weight. You realize, you know.
I know, but
Go ahead, go.
how did you get your flat top so crisp?
Okay, so you would have lost 100.
Thank you.
I've asked about 1,000 times.
You would have lost.
Were they really? How
I've
common?
never heard that. You know,
So yeah, so my man DJ Subrock, God bless the dead, he was the dude. So every Friday when we were in Doom's basement, right? So it was Zev Love X at the time. So it was GYP Posse. It was all of us growing up together. I grew up in Far Rockaway. I would take my bike or I'd take my car to
Those
Long
times.
Beach, right?
So this kid,
So you Queens.
yeah,
Of
you
course.
fucking stupid.
Yo,
Just want to make sure. I know. I saw you. I saw
Hey,
you
I'm
out the
to the
match.
hat.
Search. I apologize.
It's okay.
Proceed.
Nah, it's okay. Nah, you know, listen. Stupid.
I'm from East Over, so.
Oh, my wife is from Corona.
Okay.
No. Ooh. Damn, she might smack me.
Oh,
my wife is from Elmhurst.
You want to edit
She's from East Elmhurst.
edit that?
No.
Okay, go.
No, she'll smack.
She'll
me.
survive.
And I might enjoy it.
Right.
So anyway, so
I'm with you.
she'd be like, Bobby, you know I'm not from fucking Corona.
Hey,
Never
Paul,
say that
I don't
shit.
want to. I don't really cut you off.
That's fine.
Because you said she's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because my wife is. She did a lot of research on it, and she thought that your wife is just black, not Puerto Rican.
Half Puerto Rican, half black.
Okay, so
But she, yeah.
So rock and roll.
Right. Yes, exactly right. So anyway, getting back to this. So
been to Puerto Rico?
yes.
We'll get to that.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Ponce.
Yes.
So, I had back when I was in high school, I had a Jew fro. You know, I was Jewish with an afro. My hair was
I had the Puerto Rican
naturally
fro. Gotcha.
curly. And we were in the basement of Doom's house, and every Friday, Sub Rock would edge everybody up. That's just what he did. And then he would start with like, when I had the third base in the back of my head, that was Sub Rock. He did all of that.
Oh.
So
Yes.
one day he was just like, "Yo, Serge would look crazy with a high top." And I
Not
was
your
like,
idea.
No, it was not my idea.
Oh, shit.
Because I just like my Jew fro. I had my pick in my Jew fro when I was
Yeah.
chilling, right?
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, you look kind of dope. Like your hair would work."
Right.
And then all of a sudden, the whole GYP was like, "Yo, that's crazy. Do it."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. It's hair. Like, what's the worst that can happen? It'll grow
Right.
back, right? You know, it's not like I'm
It's faded on the
55
sides.
and whatever." So, right, so they're like, and he starts doing it. And it was like a movie scene. Like, everybody was like eating chips, slow, watching the clipper take the Jew fro from the back of the head. The 3/4 went to the quarter, went to the 8, then the buzz, and I couldn't see it. Couldn't see it, but I could just see everybody's face.
Right.
And somebody, my man, Diego was like, "Yo, you put anything in his hair? Like you put like hairspray?" And he was like, "Nah, that shit is natural." Everybody's like, "Ooh." So I looked at the time. I saw it was like 12:30. I was like, "Yo, I'm out." Because I was gonna take my hot top to Land Quarter and get some pussy, like it was on. Right? So I head to Land Quarter because
What age
where
is
their
this?
house. So
What age?
87.
But so how old were you at the
1987.
time?
87 was 20. So
Nice.
so I knew from Park Avenue, from where their house was to the train station, Long Beach train station, was 14 minutes. If I boogie, I could catch at 12:45 and have a minute
Right.
to spare to get to the city. Because the Long Island Railroad went to 34th Street Penn Station, which was perfect because then I hopped the turnstile, catch the A, and get to 42nd, and get to 42nd, and then
Nice.
6 blocks, stop at McDonald's real quick, get 2 cheeseburgers for $1.
Keep it moving.
And bong in there, right?
Sure.
So, boom, hopped the, and there was a way, I shouldn't even say this, but there was a way to get on the, because the Long Island Railroad was mad expensive. It was like $4.50 to get to the city. But there was a way that you could get in there, and if you got in there early before the conductor looked, you could hide in the bathroom. Because it had bathroom.
Yeah.
So you could hide in the bathroom and keep the door open. But you post up behind the door because the conductors would always check the door, but they wouldn't push it all the way in.
Right.
So you had to know little tricks. So boom, you just be mad quiet.
Obviously, you did that more than once.
Handful of times.
Facts.
Anyway, so boom, get to 34th, boom, hop the turnstile, get to 42nd, and I could see the people looking at me. Like some people just astonished. Like white boy, like fucking white, like
With a
snow
flat
with a
top.
fucking high top fade. Not a flat top, a high top.
Word.
Yo, I'm seeing girls
Kid and play type
looking
high
crazy. I see dudes looking disgusted. I see Israelites who want to just chastise me like a
Crazy.
white devil.
Crazy.
5%ers are like, yo,
What the fuck's going
and I'm
on?
just boogieing because I'm about to just make noise. Boom, get to the front. Paradise is there. He was the front door guy with Lumumba Carson, may rest in peace. He gives me a pound. He's like, yo, He's just stop. And everybody, Big Daryl, or everybody who's in the front line quarter, they're like, stop.
Because the cut.
Stop. And they're like, yo. And this girl comes over and she's like, can I touch your hair?
No.
And I was like, well, can I touch your hair? Can a white man touch your hair, sister? Right? Can I touch your hair? And she starts laughing. I was like, nah, you can touch my hair. You can touch my hair. She's like, ooh, it feels so good. I was like, yeah, you like that? Come inside, baby. Come on inside. Why don't you come hang out? And I walked into the last quarter. The moisture turned up about 700 decibels, man. It was crazy. It was just, and everybody fucking Kid and Play. They weren't called Fresh Force at the time. They weren't even called Kid and Play. They were Fresh Force. Salt and Pepper, they were the Supernatural MCs. Like, everybody, Super Love C, Casanova Rudd, they were like giving me pounds, like, yo, Serge, your hair is crazy. Like,
That's hard.
Your hair is fresh. I got on the dance floor with Stretch and Fatima dancing all night. Yeah, it's a crazy night. So, it's been asked more than once.
That was dope.
I did not know that.
Yeah, asked more than once.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
He tried.
I was trying to get my shit like that.
One thing about that I would say, remember about you was always an ill dancer. You know what I'm saying? And you still boogie like you did back in the days. Like
I'm limited. I'm limited in total mobility.
I know.
But I love to dance. I love to dance. Like I love to shake my ass.
I have a great. And you probably have asked this question. I'm just so curious. All my life, I'm 47. So all my life watching Third Base, mostly you. I want to say Pete Nice too. I ain't gonna lie. And I always said, I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up in Chicago. Left when I was left early. But the thing is, you grow up fast in Chicago. 6 years old, you're 20. It's all the shit you see. You never leave your block, Super, I was uncultured like a motherfucker. First person I met in Miami. He says, what are you? I said, I'm Puerto Rican. What are you? He said, I'm a Jew. I go, what the fuck's a Jew? I didn't know. I only knew blacks, Puerto Ricans, and Syrians. I had 2 Syrians on my block. Real weird. Chicago, it's real crazy. Right. Gang culture, real crazy. You coming in, obviously, I had read something about where you grew up with, I don't know if it was predominantly black area, but regardless of the fact, you were obviously in a hip-hop influenced area, regardless, because you're not going to come in and how did people accept you when you first, I always thought, looking at you in the videos when I was super young, like, man, how did the people talk to you, or if they ever talked to you sideways, or tell you some stupid shit like, yo, why are you even trying to do hip-hop, or you little white boy? Have you ever experienced that, or was it rough, or was it a smooth transition coming
We all the same up north.
I mean, it was...
For me, it is. I'm a different person.
So, it was made very clear to me that I could...
Obviously, your skills showed improvement.
No, but it wasn't that. It was the exact opposite. It was,
okay.
I could be a spectator, but I can't be a participator.
So
it was very early, and, you go from experiencing things as a middle schooler, because I went to school in Harlem, so I was on the train and going through the 5 boroughs and experiencing other people. Outside of that, you start to just develop a certain way of talking, a certain way of moving, mannerisms that are very comfortable to your community, to your environment. You become a product of that environment.
That's what it is.
And that environment happened to be a multicultural, urban hip-hop environment, even though we didn't have a name for hip-hop. It was just what we were doing.
You say that all the time.
All of a sudden, you were
doing it before it was hip-hop.
Right, so instead of saying good, I'm saying fresh. Right? Instead of saying I'm hanging out, I'm chilling. All of a sudden, the language starts to change. The vernacular starts to change.
Right.
And those who are unfamiliar with it, they start to adapt, as most racists do, or most people that don't understand culture. They start to create words to be defaming.
Correct.
So I'd be called a wigger all the time. No, you're just a wigger. You don't want to be blank. You know what I mean? Like, I used to hear that all the time. I used to be... And I get it for everyone. So white people would call me a wigger. Black people would call me a white devil or a devil.
Was your reaction to lash out, or?
No, my reaction was just to say...
Take it and keep moving.
Exactly right.
I always thought about that back in the days.
Yeah, it was more offensive to me when other Jews would say things to me like... My rabbi once said, he's like, I had such high hopes for you, Michael. Why do you want to be a Schwarzer?
Stop it.
Which is like that's the N-word in Yiddish.
Facts.
So I spazzed out and I was like, yo, fuck you, and I'll knock you the fuck out. Because at that point, I'd been fighting every day in the street. So
Right.
I wouldn't let anybody call me a Schwarzer, let alone some 50-year-old rabbi. I'll knock you the fuck out. Like,
Facts.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it was just
Instead of bigging you up for trying to do something positive.
yeah, and he just didn't understand. But it's
Right.
what I think we've all kind of learned at being grumpy old men at this point is that racism, anger, hate only comes from a lack of understanding.
Facts.
And once you have a love and appreciation for who you are and your family, then all that other stuff falls by the wayside.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not getting into fights at 55 years old.
Of course.
With motherfuckers on the street who are
Right.
16 who are trying to get goad me or say some dumb shit. I'm like,
Unless MC Hammer walks up with it.
no.
I'm fucking with you.
But
I'm fucking with you. I know you're way more mature, way past that.
for real, it's not even past that now.
Right, but
If
you
Hammer
understand.
walked in-
I'm
If
just
Hammer
fucking with
walked
you.
in right now,
Right.
I would apologize to the man. I'd make
You
amends
haven't
to
even
him.
had that time?
Nah, I've never met him. I've never met the man face to face.
No fucking way.
But there's been years because of that whole thing with all of that happened between us, where I had a lot of animosity, I had a lot of hate.
Right.
I worked through that.
I've heard that interview with you though, where you said it was because you were younger, a little more, and now you understand, but back then you didn't.
No, I didn't. And no, I didn't understand because we were
Like that.
lyricists.
Right.
So we approached
And you were a New Yorker.
our game, and we approached making music from a totally different place.
Right.
He was very literal. Like,
Thanks.
Too Short was very literal.
Correct.
Born to Mac, that album is brilliant, but it's literal.
Yes.
Hyro were a little more elevated. That's more East, right? You start to wordplay.
Right.
One of these, and this is, you might find this really interesting, is hip hop heads.
Yeah.
But I did radio in Detroit, and I was on WJLB, and
1027.
no, 98.7.
Okay.
And I get up there, and I remember asking them to play "They Reminisce Over You," Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yes.
And they went to a commercial, and the program director, KJ Holiday, may he rest in peace, pulled me into the office. He said, "Yeah, we can't play that." And I said, "What do you mean you can't play that?" He's like, "Nah, it researches at the very bottom. Detroit just does not like that record." And I'm like, "Come on, man."
Wow.
I literally said, "Get the fuck out of here." Like,
Right.
what's the real problem? Like, maybe you got beef with the two dudes in the group or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it a pro? He's like, and he showed me the research.
They don't even know
was
the two
on-
dudes in the group.
Dead bottom. Dead bottom. And I could not fathom it. And I remember meeting with like Elzai and T and the guys from Slum Village at the time, and us having a conversation about They Reminisce Over You. And the bottom line was, people just didn't understand it. They're Ford workers. They're going to the Rouge plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them, it's
They
everything.
didn't relate.
No, it's nuts and bolts. It's stamping. It's very practical. Everything pragmatic. When you're like,
You say that.
she's a girl. Let's
you
call her
say all
Pam.
of that,
Same
it
problem,
just reminds
but they
me
don't
of-
give a damn. Irresponsible, praying, not thinking. Papa
Right.
said chill, but the brother kept winking. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
Fuck, they doing? They hanging out with MC Breed. They're trying to fucking get their drink on. Like,
That's crazy.
went over their head.
Yeah.
And if you think about how intellectual and how deep CL was, well, that's where we were
Exactly.
from an MC base, right? So
Right.
if we said what we said on the Cactus record, yeah, that shit was some slick shit. We're talking about your album. No, he's thinking some other shit.
Right.
So it took a long time for me to separate the anger I had, separate the level of danger that was, separate the idiots, the whole shit, the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
To say, you know what, I see your side of it, and if I see the man, I would apologize. And even though it's not my place to do it because it wasn't my line, I would
Exactly.
make amends.
All right.
That's me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because of my 11 years in recovery. That's because of work that I've done on myself as a
Yes.
grown ass man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maturity.
Like, it has
But
nothing
that's
to do
all
with
maturity.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed.
For sure.
Yeah.
And with Dove dying, and
Oh,
with Doom
R.I.P.
dying,
R.I.P.
and with all the other
So
people in
many,
my
man.
life.
So
you know,
many.
somebody said something to me really hit home. So 45 to 55, we are truly the first generation of the second generation of hip hop. What does that mean? It means that for us to be at this age, no one's been in this era. The first generation, the Melly Mel's, the Theodores, the Hollywoods, the Coca Rocks, the Hercs, they carried the culture to about 87, 88.
Yeah.
And then they really didn't have any other impact. Not in fashion, not music, not technology, not anything. They just they just vaporized.
Right.
And we, the De La's, the Chuck D's, the NWA's,
Right.
the third bases, so on and so forth, we kind of continued it, but we continued it through Biggie, through Jay, through Nas, through the Hot Boys, through Juvie, through Mystical, through Young Money, through Cash Money, through G-Unit, through Eminem, through Dre, through Primo, through Guru, through... Think about where we've been, through Kendrick, through J. Cole, through... We're still here.
I agree.
We have the biggest podcasts in the world. We have the biggest ones in the world. We control media.
Right.
So we're us being the first generation, the second generation of hip hop, we're living in rare air, right? So how we see things, how we move things, and how we share information has never been shared before.
Right.
Right. So the point the point I'm trying to make with that saying is, or statement is, because of that.
Right.
Anything that we do, anything that we say, anything that we change, anything that we develop, we leave behind for that next generation.
Right.
And that next generation, the Travis Scotts, so they have
Big
benefited
Coles,
they've benefited 20-fold.
Facts.
Right? One thing I see that's different than our generation and theirs is we're not salty. In fact, they might complain.
They think we are.
That's okay.
You know that.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
What I like is that they think we're salty, or we're not salty. In fact, we've created more lanes for them,
Right. Exactly. Of course.
unbeknownst to them, than they have even created for themselves.
I agree.
So I'm happy. I continue to look for new talent. I continue to love new artists. I continue to shake my ass to new music.
Right.
Because I refuse to be what my first generation was.
Correct.
And it's okay that 98% don't think the way I think. And that's
Right.
okay.
Right.
That's because I'm where I'm
different.
at and they're where they're at.
Of course. And it shows in the work.
Yeah.
Which you do have a good ear for fucking talent in music. I do have to applaud you on that.
Thank you.
Which I have to go back to the beginning. I mean, you fucking brought Nas, brother. Like,
Well,
I'm not gonna say you brought a Nas, but you.
yeah, I mean, the truth is I didn't
You
discover
executive produced that
I
album.
executive
That's
produced,
the Bible to me of
I
hip-hop.
executive produced Illmatic and I executive produced It Was Written.
Yeah,
Right?
stop bragging.
But no, I'm not. I mean, but
No, I know,
I
I'm with
also
you.
executive
My
produced.
favorites.
But
You
also, to me, I also executive produced OC Word Life, which
Word-
to me is
no,
one
no,
of my
brother, stop.
favorite
Yes, I
favorite
know.
albums
Oh
ever.
my God,
And to
OC's
me,
all-
that album is the most overlooked album because he was on a really bad label.
Yeah.
It was not run great, and more people should have heard that record. And I encourage more people to listen to it because even today, the record's amazing.
Yeah.
Quick question. Did your first album? What year did your first album drop?
1989, 88, 89.
I was gonna say
That was the era.
because the era of
Sorry, that's
80,
when-
the year 88,
88 is
oh my
monumental
goodness,
to hip-hop.
the amount of albums that dropped, the amount of fucking talent. It for me was like the pinnacle.
Yeah,
no,
and what I say to people, and what I like
just
to
a
share to
great
people,
fucking year, brother.
but
Like,
you know
stop.
what? But 93 to 94 was amazing.
No,
Oh no, true. It just got
97
better.
and 98 was amazing.
I know. Let's get to the
2000,
beginning, though.
2002.
Yes, no,
was amazing.
You're right, but
2006,
after that,
7, and 8 were amazing. Wale, J. Cole, Kendrick,
No, you're
Jay
right, you're
Electronica.
You're right.
Dude, but you
But then what
cannot
happened?
fault. But
On
you
a
can't
personal
fault,
favorite, though.
And that's
What's
right.
your- what on a
but I'm just
personal
saying, but
favorite you
you
would
can't
go with?
fault a dude's nut for being a nut in 96.
No,
It's
facts.
not their fault.
No, it's not.
It's not that
It's not.
generation's
It's
fault
not.
that they weren't
But on
born
a personal
when we
favorite,
were born.
give me a personal favorite. Which year you thought was out of all those years?
Oh, I mean, you said it, 88, 89.
Come on, man.
I mean, for
89.
me, just
Those
straight up and
albums-
down.
East
Again,
and West
I will
Coast.
take this to the grave. To me, and this is just to me, and I there's a lot of records I love.
Right,
A lot of records.
right.
But to me, I Ain't No Joke is the most perfect rap record ever made.
Yeah, I love it.
Period.
I fucking love
And then
it.
the second one, and honestly, if you haven't heard it, I strongly suggest we should play it right now. But number 2, Lights Please, J. Cole, off the 2007
That's a
warm-up.
great fucking album.
No, that single.
Yeah.
When I heard that single,
Right.
I've only had a few times in my life that I got goosebumps. The first time I heard Time's Up, when OC played me the demo for Time's Up, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. This is Grumpy Old Men.
Grumpy OGs. These are
Shut the
grumpy
fuck
old
up.
men.
I'm just
and we're
doing
grumpy
it.
OGs.
I'm tapping in. Idiots.
You're tapping the grumpy old man?
Tapping.
You sick bastard.
Pause.
Pause.
That's some New York
That
shit.
was a
Pause.
pause. I'd now like to present a pause. 3, 2, 1. Anyway,
We're back.
So if you haven't heard Lights Please, to me, and I'll never forget, I was listening to that song, and I turned to my homeboy, John Vasquez, and I said, yo, this kid is going to be one of the most important voices in hip-hop. I mean, that whole record, it's amazing. And again, for those of y'all out there that don't know the record, it's literally a homeboy who's talking to this chick that he likes to fuck, and she's stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's trying to just put her up on game, and all she wants to do is fuck. And it's incredible. It's incredible. Those are the kind of songs.
That's what gets storytelling.
But not even storytelling.
That's
It's what propels this culture. Like everybody's like, oh, we're the biggest in the world. Hip hop is the biggest music genre in the world. Newsflash. For the first time in our culture's history, sales are like this. Sales are dropping. So we're the biggest in the world. We're the biggest in the world. We're fucking dropping. We're dropping. For the first time ever. Why? Why? If we're so big, we're so great, why are we dropping? Well, there's 100 good fucking reasons. I'll give you 5. 1, it's too much fucking music.
Right.
2, too many motherfuckers talking about the same shit.
That's
3,
nice.
fucking disposable ways of fucking putting out music. You could just say some shit, drop it, and
Put it
fucking
on
3
YouTube,
days later
you're a
it's
star.
fucking you're a star.
Right.
4, there's no concentration on A&R. When we were making records, when EFN put out his album 10 years ago, 11,
Right.
now 12 years ago,
Right.
there was fucking concentrated effort on verses, concentrated effort on beats.
Beats,
When you
everything.
see Benny the Butcher and Griselda, you see Conway, where are they? They're in the studio. Who they around? A&R motherfuckers. Motherfuckers don't let them motherfuckers put out no whack
No
shit.
bullshit. Right.
They don't put out bullshit.
Right.
Bodie James. Why does Bodie James put out 7 albums? No fucking bullshit.
Right.
Why? Because he got 20 motherfuckers around him. No yes men. That shit is trash. Out of here.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, we got 60,000 records going to Spotify a week.
Damn.
A week.
This is facts.
Brody, a week.
Thanks.
So now, yay, hip hop 50th. We're the biggest. Ooh.
Downhill.
For the
Shame.
first time.
Bad. That's
For the
bad.
first time.
I've always said it was
So-
oversaturated right now.
So if we do not, and mind you, it's so big that everybody eats, and it's so big that nobody's watching the top drawer,
Right.
Right?
No one's paying attention to the macro.
No,
Right.
no, of course not. Why?
Right.
Nobody's
They're in
paying-
their own micro. They're not paying attention to the macro.
Right.
Right.
They're thinking so granularly about
knew
what
it.
they're doing here,
Right.
right? Right. And meanwhile, the world is happening, right? Meanwhile, the world is happening. We have food that's poisoned maybe for 50 years in Ohio. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
A nuclear explosion, second only to Hiroshima. No one's talking about it, right? But nobody's talking about food contamination, right? Nobody's talking about how our fucking water is fucking in a bottle and not fucking from the tap, right? Nobody's talking about that shit,
Right.
right? We're just screaming about how great we are.
Yeah.
Well, if we start to fucking like dial it down just a little bit, like if we get off a high horse just a little bit and just look at what we need to come back to, maybe we can go back this way,
Right.
right? Maybe we can just start going back this way. I think this is going to be this. It's going to be a roller coaster.
Super downfall.
But you don't think it's because some of the music is just garbage?
But
But
that's
that's what he's saying. But let me, hold on. But let me ask a question.
the fecal matter on
No,
his teeth.
what do
are
you-
getting to his brain.
I apologize once again.
What do you think about what Melly Mel was saying about Kendrick and about who else did he say it about?
I mean, but that
I
but
didn't hear
to me,
it.
he basically
He said it
said,
about Loudon.
no. He said what he said, and I can't repeat what he said because
Right.
He said that it's basically.
But he said Kendrick and who else?
No, he said Kendrick. He said Kendrick and Eminem.
Yeah.
He said the only reason Eminem is like Eminem is because he's white. And Kendrick, nobody's really checking for Kendrick in a club like
is
that.
crazy to me.
And then he said that,
shit.
and then he said on this list, Rolling Stone, he said, all right, you got Jay, but the rest of them are N-words just talking shit.
Wow.
Nas is just, and he's an N-word. And then he said, I mean, look at, and this is what Mel said. He said, I mean, look at the state of their own communities. This is Melly Mel from the South Bronx telling Nas, who built a foundation in Queensbridge to fund people to get the fuck out of Queensbridge. Look at the status of their fucking communities.
Right.
Now, I'm not here to disrespect my elders. Because I love Mel.
Absolutely.
But is he fucking high?
Right.
Because what the fuck has Mel done for the Bronx besides stand and say hip hop is from the Bronx, which is very important.
Right.
Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
That is
fixing the community.
critical.
Right.
I'd like to know specifics
Right.
about what Melly Mel specifically has done with his money
Right.
to put back into his community.
Right.
Because I know what the South Bronx looks like. Again, separate from what Rocky and what the borough presidents have done to build the Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Shout out
I would
to
like
that
to
part.
know,
You gotta shout them out for real.
but I would like to know who has done more for their community than Nas and Queensbridge partners. I would like to know who has sent more kids to college than Nipsey Hussle and Marathon. I would like to know who has done more for entrepreneurship than Bun B in Houston.
Real.
So you're saying take a look at their communities. You're not taking a look at shit, homeboy. You ain't looking nothing at nothing. Because, and if you're angry, that's okay. I'd rather you just say, yo, I'm on some hater
mad,
shit.
right.
I'm on some hater shit. I want to go back to the 1988 rap seminar when I was battling Mikey D and doing push-ups on stage and being a fucking world wrestling champion, a fucking MC. And I'm good with that. You want to be that Mel? I'm good with that. I love Melly Mel. I love Melly Mel.
Right.
No, he's.
I love Melly Mel.
Right.
This is not a criticism of him as an artist.
Right.
It is a perspective of what he said
Right.
online. There's a difference. You know why? Because I'm a grown-ass fucking man.
Right.
Right.
And I know how to speak fucking English.
Right.
So I can look at you as a man and say, I love you as a man, but your perspective in this moment, I disagree with.
Right.
I don't disagree with you, Melly Mel, as a human being. I don't disagree with you as an MC. I don't disagree with you as a
pioneer.
founding member of this
Of
culture,
hip-hop. Right.
of the important cornerstone. Your perspective, I find fucked up.
Right.
And explain it to me. Break that shit down. Let's get born to born on that shit.
Facts.
Because that shit looks a little fucked up to me.
Right.
And let's have a conversation about it. And there's another huge fucking problem we have in this culture. We don't speak.
No fucking.
We don't speak.
Right.
We don't speak.
Right.
Right? We
Right.
get into our machismo. We get into this fuck you mode. We get into, oh, you attacking me, so
No
now I gotta come at you.
Right.
So there's no growth.
Leads to disaster.
Right.
Which leads to chaos. Which leads to this. So if the culture resets, and it always does, like anything else, it'll reset.
It's a cycle, constant cycle.
Right? But the difference is, brother, the cycle never took it never took this number down.
The dip.
It never took this number down. It cycled by going upstream. It
Right.
cycled.
It never went down though.
We're at the peak. We're the biggest genre in the world. We keep hearing that rap is selling the most, but it's going down.
Facts.
And I just to cut into this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, you know, I do the films where we travel to the different countries.
Oh, I love that
Right.
show. Yeah.
So, and I've said this often, but just to bring context to this conversation, every place that I've traveled to, the artists in that country have all pretty much said in various different words, but they're saying the same thing.
Right.
You guys don't do hip hop anymore.
Right.
You do business.
Do you see? And I want to throw something at you because again, this might be something you're not aware of. Are you familiar with a kid named Connor Price?
No.
You should be, because what he's doing, what Connor Price is doing, is the exact opposite but bringing business to these kids. So what this kid does with his bajillion followers is once a month he does a thing called Where in the World. And he spins a fucking globe and he points. And he makes a beat with that kid. And that kid goes viral.
All right.
I'm talking, he goes from 60 followers, 600 to 6 million, 60 million. His streams go from 600 to 60 million. Now he's making money. Now he's touring. Every month, this kid, Connor Price, he's a fucking genius.
But hold up.
But just saying, so when you go coming home and you're like doing your documentaries to expose what's going on in the culture, this kid is like, I'm going to show you what's going on in the culture, and I'm going to help you feed your family at the same time.
Which is needed in most of these countries. But like, for example, like a country like Vietnam, which they have an infrastructure, they are building. This is the thing though. So normally we are the leaders of hip hop culture around the world. We influence everything hip hop wise around the world. I say it is the biggest cultural export the United States has around the world, right? So when we went to various countries, Peru or Colombia or Vietnam or South Africa, what they're all starting to say is about the business part. They're just saying that you guys aren't doing hip hop for the right reasons anymore, right? Not that they're mad that we're making money. It's just the business took over
And that's
the art.
why I'm saying, and that's why Connor Price, what Connor Price is doing, bro.
What they're doing now is they're looking away from us as their influence, and they're looking now to their neighbors. So Vietnam now looks more to Korea, looks to even China for them to get influenced by. Peru is looking, all these Latin American countries are looking within each other for more influence. So we're losing our grip and our influence around the world for something that we created, and that's sad.
And
that's taking money out of all of our pockets.
But
that doesn't even help us.
But the reason is that I'm going to speak for me. I'm only going to speak for me. I am not as smart as Connor Price. I just don't have
I definitely
social.
need to find out.
I don't have the social levity
that
that Connor Price has. This kid is a fuck, and not only that, he's dope. This motherfucker runs his ass off. And you probably never heard of him. He's got 100 million.
That's the world we live in. You never heard about the person, and they're killing the fucking game.
He's killing the game. But it directly goes to what you're saying. He's not only coming home, he's making them homegrown.
Wow.
Right.
And he's exposing them to a global audience utilizing him. And he's taking nothing. He's giving them half of the recording. He takes his half. It's very fair and equitable. And these kids are all eating. And they're changing the lives of their families, their own lives, their children's lives, because those stream numbers are serious. It's not like, you gotta, kids are genius. Shout out to Connor.
That's hard.
I mean, we did that in a micro with Boris. I mean, it's not obvious. I don't think it's as big as what he's doing.
Kid's doing it every month.
Well,
bro.
we took him back to Peru where his family's from, and then...
Right.
But he never went back on the tip of like that he's a producer and all that. And now he's like one of the big producers in Peru.
I'm gonna tell you, we'll talk off camera about. I got a TV show on to pitch you, but it connects what Connor's doing and what you do, and it kind of marries all of that.
He reminded me I fucked up and missed a conference call today. But go ahead.
And then side note, if it's a TV show, my dog is a great actor.
I thought the TV show was going to be Que Pasa USA Part 2.
I wish
Great actor. And I'll win my acting in it too.
Que Pasa 27th Ave.
You keep referring to 27th Ave though. What did you see on 27th Ave on there?
I plead the fifth.
27th Ave in Miami?
Yeah, it depends.
I plead the fifth.
Carroll City or Southwest? Southwest or Northwest?
Yes.
It's a big difference.
No, I know.
I mean, they're both players.
I'm just wanting to
One is better at night. Let's just put it that way.
He has said that 3 times, and I said, wait, I know what goes on 27. Well, Southwest and Northwest.
One would be more Latino, one would be more black.
Right.
Facts.
Yes, and yes.
But you a legend, you get down to
No, but he knows, like, I did radio, so I would be in, you have to, when you do radio promotion for the benefit of the artists that you're on the road with, you got to know everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere, at all times.
He was head of the Pro Bowl team He was at radio
Yeah. So you know.
all fucking day, right?
So you know.
I understand.
And he was eating ass out there.
He
Too.
was in ass at the station.
So you were gonna say a hemorrhoid story. I want to tell you. I want to tell you.
What a segue.
Yo, so anyway, because listen, unfortunately in radio you deal with a lot of assholes, so that was my segue. That was my segue.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna tell you a story. I've never shared this story ever. This is
exclusive.
Grumpy OG exclusive. I didn't have the beer for this hemorrhoid segment.
This is a Grumpy OG exclusive. All right, so I did radio promotion, right? I used to do radio promotion at Def Jam, and then I left, and I was doing independent radio promotion. One of my biggest clients was RCA. Shout out to my man Tony Monti, who was there at the time, and shout out to Gio Bivens, who was there at the time. So I would, the beautiful part of what I did was I was always there to take my kids to school, always there to take them home. I didn't really have to travel.
I love
But
it.
about
I love that.
So like 2 weeks into working this Tyrese record, I started getting this pain in my ass. Like I never felt it before, and I started it's just whatever. Like I just ignore it, like any
right.
normal 30-year-old.
You know how we do. We don't see
Yeah,
it go away.
It'll go away.
It'll go away. It'll go away. It'll go away. So it'll go away.
We all see
But it doesn't. Yeah, but it's not going away.
It will
In
not.
fact, it's
Right.
getting worse.
Right.
It's increasingly growing, getting worse.
Go to the doctor, buddy.
Hey, can we go see the doctor while I'm playing this, please? Kumo D, if you don't know who that is.
Yeah, you definitely.
John Brennan, that's an idiot. Anyway, shout out to Kumo D.
Who's Komodi?
No, right. No,
Kumodi.
not Imodium. Kumo D.
Yeah, I use that lip gloss. Proceed.
Anyway, so it's getting worse.
Oh,
and
man.
Friday I get a call, and they're like, look, you gotta fly to go see Kid Curry at B96 in Miami. He won't play the
Kid
record.
Curry.
Right? He won't play the record. Shout out to my man Ira.
OG radio.
Shout out to Ira, Tony the Tiger. Shout out to
Tony the
Ira.
Tiger. Who was the limo guy? The limo guy.
Oh, man.
Mike
Mike the limo guy. Some good history.
Yo, bro, one of my greatest assets and greatest liabilities, I have a photographic memory. I remember literally.
I can tell.
Me too.
So,
Wow.
so this thing in my ass is getting worse and worse.
Ow.
And I don't really know. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is. It's okay, but I'm like,
Ow.
this is becoming really a problem. Like this is a problem. Like this
Give
is.
me your bing.
So all of a sudden, Monday, and now I'm
Tuesday,
flying.
Wednesday, Thursday.
So now it's been 2 weeks. And I'm just ignoring it. 2 weeks.
Murder.
No, and now it's at a point where it is murder. Like before, I'm like, it'll just pass. Whatever.
I was like,
No,
can't sit
now
down.
my shit can't even pass it.
Oh,
It's that bad, right?
Where are we going with this?
I already know where he's going.
What are you searching for, sir?
Can I fucking tell my story?
That's why you're MC Search. I'm searching for it.
So now it's Monday, and I'm in pain at a level that I can't even
Fuck.
describe, and
Can't
I
even
gotta
fart
fly.
out this motherfucker. Nothing.
I can't even do nothing.
Oof.
I don't want anything passing
Fact.
from there.
Nothing.
Right?
I'll be eating
And
soups
Dan's
all
trying to
day
eat
like
nothing.
this.
And I'm not trying to touch nothing back there either. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Wiping is like tears, right? It's like, yo, it's fucking horrible. And that's the pain. The pain is unbearable.
Oh shit.
You know,
say
we're
fuck
gonna
it.
animate this
So,
part of the.
You say you're going on a plane?
Daylight story. Yeah, do that.
Did
Do
you
that.
say you're going
Or
on a
like with the
plane?
Questlove. So yeah, I had to
no.
leave to go see B96. I had to go see Kid Curry.
Oh, no.
Tony called me and was like, yo, you gotta go.
Right.
Right? You gotta go. So I figured, whatever. But I didn't experience what I was experiencing, which was this incredible pain in my ass to the point where Sunday now,
It's unbearable.
it's 2:00 in the morning, and I rushed to Mercy Hospital in Rockville Center to go to the
Yes,
emergency
sir.
room.
Oh.
Right? Now, mind you, Rockville Center is right on the border of like the Hood, Hempstead, and like gun violence in Lynbrook with the Colombo crime family and this. So it's a very hectic even though it's Mercy Hospital, it's a very hectic ER.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, oh, this dude got like $150. This dude got a broken leg. This dude's claiming of like some
And
pain
this
in his
dude got a
ass.
pain in his ass.
Like,
right.
you know, so I'm getting literally treated like the white man that I am. Like, oh,
Right.
poor white man.
Right.
You don't have a gunshot wound.
Right,
You
right.
wait over there.
Right. Right,
So I'm
right.
fucking in unbearable
Oh, man.
pain. I mean,
Right. To yourself.
Finally, this doctor comes in, and I can't see him. So mind you, I'm facing the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm in like a fetal
Right.
position.
Hurting like a bitch. Right.
And all of a sudden I hear, all right, take off your pants. Yo, it's about time. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Finally, take off
Finally,
your pants.
check this
Take
shit
off-
out.
give me the business. Take off,
Right. Thank you. Good Lord. Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
take off my underwear.
But not in the waiting room.
No, I was in
Oh,
like,
I was
I was in the
saying.
ER. No, I'm in the ER.
I got him.
I'm laying there, and it's like, by the way, it's now like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. You're in room M3. and they pull the curtain.
They pull the curtain, then they
Right.
close it.
Okay, got
So,
it.
and they don't know who I am. And at
Got
that
it.
time, I was like 90.
You popping.
I was popping.
Yeah.
But they don't know who I am.
Right.
So anyway, so they do this.
That's
He
funny
sees
as
it
fuck.
and he says, "Do you know what you got?" And I said, "No."
Oh, pain,
He goes-
motherfucker.
I said, "All I know is it's the size of a walnut and I can't shit."
My shit hurts.
Sounds like a fun time.
So, and then he says, "You have what's called an anal fissure." So
What the
what
fuck
happens?
is
No,
that?
so an anal fissure. I'm gonna explain it. It's like so. No. So what happens
He's
is
gonna show you.
We don't want to show.
I don't know. Show me your face. Don't show me.
It's not
I ain't
showing
gonna
us out.
Look, Grumpy OG. He's like,
This is my pick in the ER. This is me after the ER.
This is photo 1, segment 1A.
Right.
My fissure.
We will cut
so
this
anyway,
out.
So they right. So he says, "Oh, a fissure is what." So what happens is your pores and your ass, like anything else, it collects dirt, right?
Right.
So what happens is
I know exactly what it is.
So what happens is
now I know what you're talking
it gets infected and
Yes.
it creates an abscess.
Yes.
Right? And what happens is if you don't
your
take care of
excitement
it-
is weird to me.
Because I know what it is now.
So you get like an abscess, which is like filled with like lymph or pus or whatever.
Or fat or something like that, right?
Well, hold on. You
No,
got
it's
that
not.
on
No.
your butthole?
So fat.
You know who does
fat,
that?
No, on the no.
That
So the
shit?
fat. No, fat is a cyst. This is not. This is an abscess.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Okay.
liquid
That's
because
got
what
it,
happened
got
is
it.
there was a little pore in my skin
It didn't
on the
open?
side of my ass cheek,
Oh.
and it got dirty, and it collected dirt, and then the
I
skin
know what that
formed
is.
over it,
I know
and
what
then
that
I
is.
got like a pus pit pool or whatever, right?
Never had-
But what
never
happened
happened
is
again.
I let that bitch marinate.
That was the problem.
Right. So I let that bitch
No one
marinate.
schooled you on that shit. What
But
the
I'm
fuck?
23. I'm running the
Right.
streets. I'm fucking
No one schooled you
smoking
on
weed with
that
my
shit.
bitch.
got a flat top.
Right. Nobody told me I had a Pabst in my ass. I know what you mean. Rock and roll.
Bro, now I gotta see.
Who's gonna stop you in the streets to tell you that?
It was 2000. I had a season.
Facts, facts.
Fuck that
You
shit.
worried about the bitches. You ain't worried about no Pabst
I
on
was
your ass.
married. I was married. I was out hanging with my people. Like my whole thing was, why are you busting my balls? Stop!
Right.
Stop! Yo,
Right.
past that. Like that was my life.
So it went from the fig to the
You know what I'm
brush.
saying? Yeah, like this. Yeah, like, yo, let me brush my shit down real quick.
shit.
You know what I mean? So,
Thanks.
who gives a fuck about a pain in my ass? That's
Right.
gonna go away.
It'll go away next
You
week.
know, that's just like cancer.
Right.
Fuck it.
I'm with
It's
you.
gone.
That's
So I
a-
don't give a fuck about none of that
That's
shit.
Shit ain't going away either.
Right. So anyway, big difference.
difference.
Huge difference.
Big difference.
So all of a sudden he's like, oh. Then all of a sudden, huge is right. Then all of a sudden, I feel this like jabbing, and I'm like, yo.
Take it worse out.
He's like, and literally the dude says to me, hand to the man, shut up, I'm making it fucking numb. Shut up.
No,
Wait.
Yo,
What do you mean the dude?
The doc. The anesthesiologist. Anesthesiologist.
I'm sorry.
Yo,
My shit hurts.
fuck you, EFN.
I wasn't even.
So, yo, the doctor,
It's 'cause
I'll
you said-
rewind.
I didn't know you were still in
The ER doctor.
Hey, man.
We live in new times. The
Sorry.
dude.
It was my boy's taking my ass, and he said, "Yo, chill out. I'm pressing it. Relax."
I got gerbils for you when we got.
I didn't know. Yo, I'm not.
big
And I'm not judging you. If your boy wants your shit, I'm not judging.
No, I'm not saying
Rock and roll.
I'm not saying you
Tell me the rest of it.
Yes, thank you.
I didn't know you were still in the ER. We're still in the ER, people.
We're still in the ER.
Yeah,
Rock and
M3,
roll.
M3
Yeah, so
with
now
the current.
continue.
Rock and roll, rock and
Right.
roll.
So you're numb.
I wish I was
He finally got you numb.
Let my wife call me so I can get out of this fucking monstrosity. Why isn't my wife calling
There's
me?
no reception in here.
Excuse me, I have to go on my regular.
The reception
Let me just put
sucks.
my phone here. So
You
as
better
soon
kill
as
the
my wife
Wi-Fi on
calls me,
this motherfucker.
no, she didn't call me yet.
Kill the Wi-Fi.
Chantel, if you're listening, call me right now. So he's, I mean, literally jabbing me with this Novocaine, like
Holy
in my
fuck.
ass cheek, right? And I'm like, yo! He's like,
big was
shut up!
How big?
I can't see
you
shit.
never-
I'm in a fetal
Shit,
position
you
right
know,
now.
He hurts.
You know,
What kind of cleanser is that?
clamp open.
I probably gotta look.
What kind of cleanser is that?
I
You
should
said,
have
like,
What the fuck is bothering me? You know what I mean? Like,
What am I gonna look back at it?
you want to use a needle.
he wants you to look back at it. If
I'm
you're
like,
juvenile,
bro,
I'll look back at it.
Yo, bro, I'm fucking dying.
Hank was giving his cute look back to the guy. Saying, you back there, buddy.
Are you popping it right? Are you popping it right?
Oh, God.
I'll put the juvie back on the look back at it. Look back at it. Kill all that EFS shit.
So then the guy says to me, "Oh, this is a fissure. I'm gonna lance it."
Uh-huh.
The
This
second,
all sounds terrible.
Hey, I was paying attention, but what do you
bro.
mean this is a fisher? I'm a Lancet. I'm sorry.
Not official, a fisher.
Oh, it's called fisher. Thing is called a fisher. That guy's going to deep sea fish. Right.
it's a fissure. Fissure.
Got it. I'm
That's
sorry.
that abscess that got infected. The
For
whole
the record,
Yes.
we never really have him on the like
Okay.
interjecting, so
Yes.
I'm like, he's throwing me off.
Good
But
job.
go ahead. Go ahead.
The original.
That's what I'm
I know.
We named this Grumpy OGs after him. He don't even know that. What I'm saying is he's never really there.
Right. No, because he's at home asleep.
Yes, because his kids. He got home at 8 o'clock asleep.
100 facts.
I don't want to shut him out, but he usually goes to sleep at 8. Go ahead.
No shame. No
Trust
shame.
me,
in
no
that.
shit. There's
No shame in
I
that.
get it. At 8:10, I'm getting the
Yes.
do not disturb
Yes.
response.
Oh, I know.
So
I can't
he
talk to
says
him after
this
that.
is a fissure, and we're going to lance it, which means he's going to take a
buddy.
scalpel and open it up.
Open it. Okay.
So the second he opened it,
You screamed.
no.
Oh, you were
No. Can I fucking talk? Let me just.
I suck.
This is
Puerto
really
Rican.
important.
I
know.
suck.
Trust me, I'm married to
Puerto
her.
Rican.
That's why you know.
I get it. I know.
I'm Puerto Rican and I suck.
And
Go, rock
my
it up.
knee jerk is almost to go, cállate, Chantal. Cállate, Chantal. Un momento, por favor. Carino, cállate. Un momento. Mi carino.
And I
So,
apologize.
okay, no, it's okay.
Rock and roll.
So then he says, this is a fissure. I'm going to lance it. I'm going to cut it open. The second he cut it, all I hear is, oh my God, that's disgusting.
From the doctor?
And from the nurse.
Even worse.
Right? So he goes, oh my God, it's septic. So it was
Dirty.
no, beyond dirty. It was septic. It was septic.
Right.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrel.
Septic. It was septic,
It doesn't
right?
sound right.
And then his,
Radioactive.
and so then,
I'm sorry, I
and
just
then,
had surgery.
and then I
I'm
passed
sorry, my
out.
shit hurts.
And then I passed out.
Oh, shit. No.
My blood got septic because it got into my blood. So I automatically, I'm passed out.
Holy
And they're packing it.
After
and the
they
next,
cut it, it went to your
Right,
blood.
right. Because right now, because again, remember, with a fissure, what happens is the little pore gets infected,
Right.
but the skin protects it. The body protects it.
Right.
But what happens is, your dumbass, when there's pain, you're supposed to go see a doctor and get it dealt with.
Right.
The first day or two.
Right.
We're not that macho.
Right.
You went to day 30.
Right, and I'm on day 30 after smoking weed, hanging out,
Right,
fuck the
right.
fissure,
Like all
I'm
of
gonna
us.
go to Miami and go fucking
You didn't
trick
know what
off.
a fisher was
I
before you
didn't
got
know, right?
I was supposed to
Salt. Fisher out.
Salt water.
He said he knew what it was
All I
day
know- yeah,
20.
right.
Fuck this fish,
No.
I would drink. You didn't know what the fuck
No,
that
I didn't know
was.
what the fuck it was.
Right.
All I know is I'm getting on a plane and going to Miami,
Oh.
and I'm gonna go hang out with my people and go see Kid Curry, convince him to play this Tyrese record.
Oh,
Everything's
this whole
Gucci.
story went when you came down to Miami, but you had it in
Before.
He caught it in Miami.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen.
But
Listen, no.
Yes, Mary. I wouldn't be surprised.
This was 3 weeks before, and then I
So
found
you
and I
never
was
even made
already
it. You
didn't
never
even
made
make it.
Right.
I could not have the flight was Tuesday. I was like, oh, the pain is so great.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the ER, get it taken care of, so I can go
Gotcha.
to Miami.
Right.
Okay.
So your blood gets infected, and then
And
you.
I pass out. I
Holy
wake up.
shit.
I got an IV in my arm. My wife is crying. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and it's
Holy
noon
shit.
on Tuesday.
But that doesn't have to be like a
Holy
blood
Now it's
transfusion.
noon on Tuesday. No.
Okay.
Doctor's there, profusely
Penicillin,
apologizes, says the ER doctor was malpractice. Not malpractice.
Called your lawyer.
No. He said
No?
something. He said he made a mistake. You
said
should have asked me.
malpractice.
No, I know. That's why I said it was a mistake. I spoke out of turn.
Okay.
So he says he shouldn't have lanced it without asking you how long the pain was. There should have been more procedure. He says, I need you to stay now in the hospital for 4 days and get antibiotics via IV. Because your blood is now septic. And we now have to clean it.
Right.
And if you never wanted to come back,
Yeah, stay.
you have to stay.
Yeah.
If you leave now, the chances of it coming back during your lifetime is 1 in 4.
That's an easy choice.
If it's 2,
No?
3, 4. I say, get this thing out of my arm. I got to go to fucking Miami for the Tyrese record.
You did not
If I don't
say
get
it.
down, yeah, it was my biggest client. And my wife is looking at me like,
life,
motherfucker, are you
though?
crazy? I was like, yo, what are my chances? 25%? I'll take the chances. Get the fucking IV out of me.
25%
Give me the pills. Give me the pills.
50
I gotta
50
go.
sucks.
I would've said-
Hey,
I
you're on this roller coaster. It's 50 50
I'm
50
30
you're gonna
years
live.
old,
I'm off.
bro. I got 3 kids. That client is $250,000 a year.
Oh, I'm on the
And
plane. I'm on the plane.
Do you understand?
I understand.
There was
Yeah,
no-
but I do.
if I had to yank it out, I would have yanked it out myself.
But tell me
right?
you went back to.
So here's the
You know what I mean?
no, they gave me antibiotics.
I mean, you
just take
here,
it right,
you're alive.
take my pills, whatever. I get down, I literally didn't have my phone on me. My wife's driving me to the airport, bitching and moaning. I show her the phone with Tony Monty saying, if you're not on that fucking plane, do not
Holy
invoice
shit.
me ever again.
No.
I don't know where the fuck you are. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Right? So I said, Chantel, let me just show you how important this is. Because without Kid Curry and B96, this Tyrese record wouldn't go to number 1. It was literally, they were the last holdout. The last Mohegans.
Wow.
I let Chantel hear the voicemail. It's Tony Monty, Gio Bivens, all saying, yo, where the fuck are you? Yada, yada, yada. All voicemail,
you have not
agitated.
told anybody that you're
no,
going
because
through
it
this.
happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was damn near out cold till noon.
And how do you tell them your butt exploded? Like,
Yeah, like,
how do you tell them that?
Waiting to explain it, but I don't know how.
Well, first of all, my wife didn't know.
Hey guys, my
There's a
butt
way.
exploded.
There's a tough story. I got a, what'd you call it? A pelvis?
A
fissure in my
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I
So
understand.
I finally call them, and they're on speaker, and I'm like, guys, I was in the hospital.
Oof.
And my wife was like, yeah, I just picked him up. I'm taking him to the airport now. Gio didn't even flinch. He said, good. Tony at least said, what happened? Are you okay?
Right.
Right? But their bonuses were resting on this too, right? I got even the thing on my name. Michael Barron, patient, Mercy West, Fisher, fucking blood septic, blah, 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 IV. all the fucking-
25%.
Yeah, patient information,
Right.
all the whole shit is on my arm as I'm getting on a fucking plane.
Fuck.
Land in Miami, a mess. Basically, same clothes, same drawers from the Fisher Plus, everything, right? Oh shit, right? I'm a fucking mess, bro.
You got Fisher
I'm
Plus
like
down
a
your
fuck-
thigh.
All that shit.
Fuck.
Right? I get off the plane. I get to B96. It's 4 o'clock. Barry Richards.
4 o'clock.
No,
Day.
he's 4 p.m. Barry Richards, who was B96 Cindy,
Were
he's
you in
there.
your hospital gown?
No, bro, I was in my
Yeah, with his ass out and everything.
everything.
With a sign that said, I just had a fissure.
There's still some
I
part
got
of
you.
that. Now, Tuesdays were impact days.
Okay.
So we needed the record to be added that day, and they ended at 8. So this was my one job. I'm like, I got this made. Who's gonna say no to a guy who literally left the fucking hospital? This is how important it is.
Using that all night.
Of course!
Of course.
I'm a promo guy,
That's a hit.
motherfucker!
That's it.
Everything in my book.
Sir,
Everything in my toolbox.
You're doing all of this for a
A Tyrese record. That's exactly right.
Yeah, but it's
No,
money.
but it's also $250,000 a year in billables.
Okay, I smell you. Your
No,
life.
I'm doing
Without
it.
life, how are you gonna spell it?
Fuck life.
Spend that.
My wife will figure that shit out.
I'll work it out later.
I'll figure it out
I'll work it
later.
out
We were
later.
30.
You answered me. Go, Rocky. I want to hear
I
it.
go into the meeting. There's Barry. There's Tony the Tiger. There's Kid Curry.
Crazy.
I said, fellas, I literally came from Mercy Hospital.
Right. Did
This
they
is
believe
how
you?
important this. I had the fucking things on my wrist.
Oh, man, you can doctor that.
How do you doctor?
I don't know.
You're just really just trying to make conversation interrupt me. You're just being a
sorry. No, but you understand me. What if they were assholes? What if they were assholes and said, yeah, fucking right?
Rock tail.
Well,
You know what I mean?
close. So I show him the bracelet.
Oh, it's a
I'm like,
mirror,
wow,
what I'm
right?
saying.
I said, guys, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't be here.
Facts.
It's an artist's life. Literally, he has a #1 record. This could be his first #1 record. He's going from being a Tommy Hilfiger model to being an actor to being a legitimate music superstar. You're literally the last holdout.
Wow.
If it wasn't that important, why do you think I would literally cut the IV out of my arm to come down here
Oh.
and beg you guys, please, add the record? And it's a hit. I'm not asking you to play a brick.
Some bullshit, right?
Exactly.
Tony gets quiet. Richards gets quiet. Kid says, man, Search, thank you. Thank you for coming. Like, I've never seen more dedication to an artist, more dedication to what you do. That's why I've respected you as an artist. That's why I've respected you as a promo guy. Thank you, but I'm never playing that record. You can go home. That cold.
Wow.
Did your ass start hurting real? Like,
Any reason? Any reason?
I would have been like, bitch, this is hurting.
No. He said that was it, and that was all. And I said, you're fucking kidding, right? He said, nope. He said, that record will never play on my station.
Holy shit.
I said, okay. I said, listen, if that ain't gonna get you to play it,
Nothing.
and literally nothing did. He never played the record, and the record never went to #1.
What
Stayed at
record
number
was
2.
that?
To this day, I don't even remember.
We need to holler at Kid Curry, man.
He gave up his life, his ass, and everything. Don't remember.
We need to find Kid Curry. Play that shit now.
Kid Curry died. He died.
Oh, fuck.
Died a long time ago.
Yeah, he passed.
Died a horrible death.
Jesus.
Really died a horrible
I
death.
don't remember.
That I didn't.
I know.
Kid,
No, I remember Kid Curry.
I know.
When-
You remember how he
No,
died?
He died-
No, I don't know. I didn't
He
even know
died by himself in Colorado on his ranch.
Yo,
Barry by his side.
We're from
and like,
I never even knew Curry died.
yeah, Kid
Not gonna lie to
Curry.
you.
Yeah, he died. He died a couple while ago. Yeah, but he died by himself. He lost he had some kind of nervous condition, fell apart.
Nerve mobility.
Yeah,
Hey, rest in peace, man. But
Yeah.
he fucked up, man.
yeah, but yeah.
You don't have any inclination as to why he wouldn't play the record?
To this day, never got a reason. And Tony the Tiger, who was his APD music director, they were like, he would never give him a reason. Like, I never got it.
So
Never got a
no
reason.
hunch, nothing.
No, I even talked to DJ Laz. I talked to Lazaro. I was like, yo, can you find? No. Laz was doing the
That's
morning
kind of
show.
weird, yo.
Wow, that's weird.
Hey, let me get him on dinner.
P96. Yeah.
No, let me get him on. Thanks.
Wow, that just shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my asshole story.
I'm more than sure that selection
That was the longest asshole.
Listen, that's not my fault when you fucking drunk fucking Caribbean motherfucker.
Right.
You didn't let me finish the story. This guy's gonna shut us down.
I know you want to say you got.
No, I'm just gonna say no. You Caribbean motherfucker.
We like Spix. We're okay with it.
Nah, it's okay. You keep that to yourself.
We had control.
All you Caribbean motherfuckers.
From the
Just
80s
let
and
me
the
finish the
90s.
story.
Spix is all right with us.
I'm sorry. You're a legend. I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be nervous.
That Fisher, I really hope he got cured.
No, it actually came back. Anyway,
we're gonna make fun of you.
Anyway,
That's
it's okay.
TV.
That's all right. It's all good. It's fine.
And
you don't have to feel nervous. I'm one of the guys. We're all coming
at
from the
least
same
I'm
place.
playing about the nervous.
At least it wasn't the
What you had.
At least it wasn't the size of hemorrhoid that was like cauliflowers for this girl.
But I will. How about this? You want to get my vasectomy story?
I gotta take a picture for you vasectomy. Why is it bad? Because I guarantee you has nothing on the hemorrhoids on the Hardy story.
You gotta
I'm
get
guaranteeing you.
Yeah.
You ever play golf?
I love golf. I play all the time.
Imagine a bitch comes to your house on a Harley. A real nice suburban neighborhood.
2 in the morning.
Real quiet.
Quiet
loud
neighborhood.
ass Harley,
At 3 o'clock
parks in
in the
front of your
morning.
house, and you still have the nerve to bring her into your house, and the bitch has the nerve to pull her pants down when she knows she has 2 golf balls in her asshole.
Eddie put it on doggy style.
He didn't eat the ass because it had golf ball, but he ate the pussy.
I ate the pussy,
Sorry, she ate the pussy.
but I couldn't do the.
When was the last time you were at the doctor? Seriously, like when was the last time you got checked?
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm worried about you.
No,
But now I'm looking at your complexion too. Like yo,
You jaundice.
yeah, you might, yeah, John.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I think
He's
no,
honest.
seriously,
He's
I don't
honest. He's
Yo,
honest.
Speed, like, I'll pay for the doctor.
affordable health care.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
He's lying to
Please
you.
go
He's
see
no
my-
I'm
health
not
care.
lying to you. I pay $56 a month.
I need you to go see the doctor. I'm a little worried about you.
There's a word you need to learn.
No,
It's
no, no.
called
Let me tell you
jaundice.
this. Yo, let me tell you something. For real,
Jaundice.
like at our age, like anything, like the second something goes wrong, I'm at the doctor.
Fact. Well, our age now, you're saying. And you're 20.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
25.
No,
No,
30.
Yo, let me tell you something. I walked around with
were
2 broken
Superman.
toes for 2 years.
See? All of us are stupid like that.
yeah.
Wait, you're 20?
26,
Yeah, fact.
2 broken toes for 2
I
years.
believe
Didn't
you.
even know.
Fuck.
Didn't even know.
Fuck.
This thing in my ass, 3 weeks. Until literally, even shit was like, oh no, homie, I ain't trying to pass that. Like, even my shit was like, yeah, homie, you need to take care of that before I come out that way. Yo,
I had a cyst on the top of the crack of my eyes, the cyst though. But
I thought that's what he was talking
Yeah,
about.
no, that was that's some extra shit.
Yeah.
Well, because he's saying it's not.
No, but I let that. No, but I let that.
Maybe you thought it was a cyst and it was that.
No, it was just the.
He just said a cyst is fat.
I'll tell
All they
you.
did was cut it
Yeah,
and then they
you said a
stuffed
cyst
it.
was
So
fat.
it's this, yeah, because I had one on the top of my head, right?
Okay.
I had one on the top of my head, and it pissed me off because every time I got a low fade or I got a Caesar, I would see the bump. I was like, oh, that's not cute.
No.
And I didn't know what the fuck it was. And I was like, no, for real. I was like, yo, that shit ain't cute. I'm on TV, like I can't have people looking at me. And I come up with mad stories, like, yo, what's that bump? Oh, that's a bullet.
That's
Yo, I was in with a hat. I was in
That'll get
the
you props.
winter. I was in the winter, and
That'll get
I
you
had
props.
and I caught a 2.5. I was
Facts.
frozen.
Right.
I came up with all sorts of wild shit. So
funny
finally,
as
I was
fuck.
like, yo. I went to the doctor. I was like, yo, I need you to take this. I don't know what it is. Take it out. Just take it out. I don't know what it is. They were like, why? Is it bothering you?
don't
And I said, yo,
know.
Is it
no,
bothering
literally what I said was,
I'm making up
I said,
stories, Doc.
It's not bothering me, but it ain't making me look good.
Facts.
Like I need you to get
I'm
rid
making
of
up
it.
stories,
No, because
motherfucker.
I said to him, it's fucking up my Caesar.
Right.
And he didn't look at me like he
Right,
didn't
right,
understand
right.
what he was talking about.
He said,
He's some white
excuse me, what's
surgeon.
a Caesar?
Yeah, he literally said that. He goes, is that a salad or what?
Yeah,
are you
I'm not
referring to?"
fucking up your
And I'm
salad.
like, oh, how's it? And I
Your
said, no,
salad
it's my
can't taste
haircut.
bad.
Like, it has a bump, and the Puerto
Right.
Rican girl was laughing.
That's funny.
It was the nurse. She got it.
She do.
So then, did it, and he was a nice guy, so I didn't feel nothing. I did the incision, and then I hear,
Ooh.
it was crazy. I heard a, and then he pulled it out, and it was this cyst, this fatty tissue. This cyst, it had nothing in it. It was not malignant.
Benign or whatever.
No, benign is a good thing. It wasn't
Awesome.
malignant.
Awesome.
It was benign. That was it. And he stitched me up, and I was like, oh, my Caesar. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, my bald head is
And
right.
then he asked you again,
But
what's a Caesar?
let me ask you something. For real. And let's just talk about this.
Right.
We all had, hair.
Yeah.
Were you worried when you got your low cut that you had a fucked up shaped head?
Of
Like,
course.
keep it a bean.
I was scared to get bald.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm all right now.
Show him now. Show him.
No,
show him.
I'm bald.
I rock the Caesar.
I go all right
This is
now.
the
bald.
first time I'm 47.
Okay.
I haven't grown my hair, and I've had a Caesar for 30 years.
Me too.
My wife, I had got late. I own a pizzeria, so I'm working like a fucking slave.
Right.
I work about
How's the pizza, by the way?
the pizza's fantastic.
Best
I mean,
Florida.
Fantastic.
Really?
It's-
Where is it?
it's in Hollywood.
Where is it?
Hollywood.
Where is it?
Time Street 72nd.
72nd?
So, 'cause
Oh, I'm
we-
sorry. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to.
I know where the fuck Hollywood is.
Oh,
I'm trying to ask where it is. By tomorrow,
I
on my
say
way,
Hollywood,
on my way
motherfuckers
to,
like-
on my way to Orlando, I'm gonna come by and get a slice.
72nd.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna give you
Tap
the
it.
address.
Please, that's
Listen
the
to
fuck
me.
I'm asking for.
What I'm trying to tell you.
He said where
Fucking like, yo, I'm sorry, I can't say retarded.
I was in Easel.
No, it's inappropriate.
Yeah, he's a dumb one.
Yeah.
Right. I was in Easel. Listen, here's the thing. Let's get back to this. Where was I? I worked like a son of a bitch. Right? So
You're growing your hair because your wife.
I didn't get a haircut for like 2 fucking months.
Wow.
Not giving a fuck, right? And my wife was like, I kind of like your hair growing out.
Alright.
It reminds me of like when you were in high school. I've known my wife since high school. We didn't date in high school because if we did, we wouldn't be together today.
Right.
So she's like, it kind of reminds me when you were in high school. So I kept it because who gives a fuck what anyone thinks but your wife, right?
Exactly right.
So I kept it, and now motherfuckers are jealous because he's bald.
those are
And
my-
you already know what I'm talking
Those
about.
entradas already.
Ian Fang out is bald and white. You know, you look good. Sweat that. So what I'm trying to say is I had never grown my hair. So now I'm keeping the motherfucker because I didn't even know I could grow my fucking hair because I had seen it for 30 years. Jealous, you already know. Bald is bald, motherfucker. I didn't even know you had ever seen it. It's fucking beautiful.
Right, thanks.
So he's actually bald. So that's the reason why I grew my hair. That's because of my wife.
Bald.
You understand? You're married.
But
No,
I was scared of going bald.
Yeah, I was really scared, like especially because I had my high top and I was like old, and I had the Jew fro, and I was really worried that I had like a weird
I had to
shape.
Puerto Rican fro. It's so funny how Jews and Puerto Rican have the same
I wanted
fro.
that high top so bad.
No, I'm gonna say
I couldn't
real
pull it
quick.
off. I couldn't pull it off.
I'm gonna have to say, not only did you wear it classy, it's because you knew how to dance that it looked so fucking. It was so fucking hip hop. It just worked.
Yeah, it definitely.
You know what
worked.
I mean?
Yeah, it definitely works.
So, and that and the Kid and Play worked. Like
No, I
you
know.
had different moves.
No, but they were dope too.
No, Kid and Play's dope. I look at
Sir,
it.
I asked this question to all the MCs.
He does.
Right.
I already know what he's gonna ask.
You gonna ask him that?
You know, I'm not asking
on.
that because you know what?
Of course you
I'm
know.
It's not about disrespect.
I'm
No,
going
it's
to
not,
get
but
the
that's-
official answer from
It's not
I
about
don't know if it's
disrespect.
official answer. But
No,
I'll try my best.
from you, it's going to be the official
Well, the first question
Is
you
it
asked was
official
not
or
official.
official like a ref with a whistle official?
answer. With a ref with a whistle.
Okay.
That's how official it is. Official type to you.
Okay.
What's the 5 elements of hip hop?
Okay, so that's easy. The 5 elements are MCing, DJing, breakdancing, graffiti, and doing the knowledge. What I would like to say
Okay,
is
good.
there is a 6th element that
Yes.
gets underappreciated
Okay.
and not
Is?
only is undeserved,
Then I just
and
say
it should be,
Then I say
should be
Then I say official.
Wait.
one of the elements, and I believe that the founders should consider it as one of the 6, which is beatboxing.
Can I ask you? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something really good?
Beatboxing is so
I don't want to cut you
important
off.
to the growth of
I
the
do
culture.
not want to cut you off. Wait, I don't want to cut you off. I just watched an interview on Drink Champs because you know my bro he offends on Drink Champs, and it was MC. I think it was MC Shan who said it. Boombada, the original 5th element was beatboxing. Boombada changed to knowledge. So obviously, what you're saying has so much
So it
merit.
should be the 6th. I mean, just
Without question.
knowledge is
Well,
is
Can I-
something that should
one more
be
question.
there.
In this day and time, with the music that you're hearing now, these kids don't use they don't use a DJ. They don't have graffiti on their shows. They don't break on their shows. They don't use a lot of the elements. They rap over their own lyrics. These kids of this generation. What I'm trying to tell you is, we've had this argument. Can it be arguable that maybe how you said the 6th element should be beatboxing? Maybe people put in production. We've had a lot of interviews.
And produce.
These newer kids have said production should be the next element. Or what was the other one? There was another. Arguably,
beatboxing
how about this one?
and
You can't change the first 5, but you can add on. Yes or no?
Oh, and fashion.
What do you think? Fashion.
So here's what I think. I think that you can easily have what's called tentpoles or tenets of a culture. So you have tenets, but underneath those tenets can be sub-elements.
Okay.
So for example, for MCing, right? That also stands for sound recording. That could also be podcasting. That could be audio recording. Because MCing stands for Master of Ceremony.
Correct.
So wherever you're standing on your ceremony is your stage, right? Comedians that are in under hip hop.
They're masters.
So there is a tent pole and then there are sub parts.
Awesome.
If you go to DJing, you can go to production. Why? Because every producer needs to know how to manipulate a sample. A sample comes from a turntable.
I like that.
Turntable comes from DJing.
I like that.
So there you have production. You could also have sound design, sound mixing, sound engineering, because it all comes from the same place. Now you got graffiti. Well, graffiti can easily go into visual arts, NFTs, tour production, album production. It all comes from color, light,
Correct,
sound,
correct.
ambient.
I like how you
right?
wrote that down.
Breakdancing. Breakdancing is now choreography. Breakdancing can also be sync marching bands. You can
Right.
do, so right?
Right.
Doing the knowledge
It's all
can be
different levels.
understanding engineering, understanding culture, understanding history. So you can have tent poles. And
like
you can
that.
have subcategories underneath those tent poles.
I like that.
It does not mean it needs its own individual tent pole. There's nothing wrong with having subcategories.
I like that.
And beatboxing should have its own category
right.
because
No, why do you think I
breakdancers
asked the-
before
I
there
asked
was
the right
before there was the
person.
boom box, before there was that, there was a dude.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
No, it's true.
And it was a big element of
And guys would
what we-
breakdance to that. They would MC to that. They would
What in the
do
fuck is
graffiti to
that?
that. That's my wife. Thank God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
thank
He's
God.
hooked up to the. He's hooked up to the.
Hey, babe.
He's trying
Hi,
to get
how
out
are
of here.
you? Yeah, thank goodness you called me.
He's
right
trying
on
to get
time.
out of here.
Trying to get out of here.
Yeah, man, lock the door. Lock the door.
He's not getting out.
Kidnapped. Hold on. Yeah, remember I told you I was hanging out with EFN?
He's with a bunch of crazy Cubans and Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. So,
So they excuse Eddie the ass eater. He's just like.
Hey.
So, how you doing?
Oh
was your
my
day?
goodness. Oh.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, the way you broke
Literally
that
been
down
doing
was
it for a
fucking
minute. Yeah.
fantastic.
I said literally I was waiting for you to call me so that you would be my escape.
So you get the hell out of
Get
here.
the hell out.
Right.
Yeah.
Now Paul lock the door. He can't leave.
Paul lock it door.
Time too.
We don't know about that shit.
Yo, but now
If I
that
was single, I'd envy the fuck out of my boy Drain right there. That nigga
nah,
was
Drain look like he just finished a 50 pack.
Drain is
A 50 pack of
50
women?
pack of push-ups.
Oh,
a 50 pack of
He just
push-ups.
finished a 50
I thought he
pack.
meant a
man.
50 pack of women.
I'm about to say, I saw 50 pack
Nah.
of women, but a 50
No?
pack
Am I
of
wrong?
Yeah,
My
never,
bad.
you never heard
Say you're very muscular, Drain.
Hey man, let's
Very muscular.
Drain 2 sets?
Drain.
Drain put in work, man.
smoke 2 sets, bro.
I
Smoke 2 sets.
bragged about you to a bunch of single women, Brain.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Brain.
I said,
Drain.
Yo, I hooked you up, Brain.
I said they call him Brain when he down
Yo,
south,
Brain,
but they
you
call him
good,
Drain for
Brain?
real.
Brain?
He got a bad, he got a good problem.
My dog, my dog Drain, he
Yo.
like to get brain.
No. Yo, for those that don't
Girl, you
know,
better get that brain.
yo, for those
Ready
that
for
don't know,
Drain.
for those that don't know, Drain is so in the game. He took himself off of fucking social media.
Oh, come on, man.
He got a good,
Come on, man.
we put no Scorpio.
He got a good problem.
Come
You
on,
have to
man.
get off of
Yo,
IG.
He
everybody,
got too many
Because your
bitches.
DMs
Yo,
is popping.
everybody's logged
I don't
on.
like men no more. I like bitches.
Everybody's logged on. Everybody's logged on. Drain logged on.
Dre said I'm off.
He's
I
like,
can't
my
take
black
the
book,
DMs
my
no
black
more.
book is doubling up.
I can't take the DMs no more.
They don't make black books no more.
You know what did it? You know what?
Too
You
much?
know what was the last straw, right? You know what the last straw on what the fuck is that saying?
I don't know what you're
It
trying
don't
to
matter. The last straw.
say. The straw that killed that broke the camel's
Yeah,
back.
the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, my bad.
Was that he hit that button that said all messages? He didn't know that was there, and then when he clicked it, it was a whole new row. It was a whole new row. He said, "I'm out."
That shit. I'm
Hidden
out.
messages or whatever it's called.
It was
on requests.
It was a digital Rolodex.
It was on request.
He said, God
They're not even
damn.
friends. They
Yo.
just like, I like you. I like
Right.
your work. Can
Nah,
I?
it's just like T-Pain said. It's like T-Pain said. He on the Drink
You
Champs
gotta have to rub it
episode.
up.
He's listening to the messages and all of that. And then he hit that one button.
Yeah, Great.
More
Drain, you might hero.
We know you get enough brain.
Listen,
Thank you,
big up to SC Search.
Search got on the phone.
We know he's
Yeah.
on some personal, and I love it. We already went 4 hours with him.
Yeah,
That's
nah,
what,
it's
I'm
enough.
so appreciative of him coming.
Hey, I got it. And y'all did 2 episodes in one day, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. We've done that 4 times, but Grumpy OG, Hannibal Heck,
Thank you
Eddie
for
the Ass,
repeating yourself.
big up to Big Drain.
They got the big train with the
came
real
with the
kid with
This
the
the
real
band.
work right
Yeah,
here.
you have to watch
production.
it, watch it.
Beats in the hood,
Beats
crazy
in the hood,
production,
kids.
in the hood. We in the
We in the
motherfucking
house.
house.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
And it's my big day. We go.
Yeah.
Come on, wrap that up.
Yeah,
I gotta go take a
vete
picture.
para la B.
I gotta take a picture.
Let me pee.
Good shit, guys.